And the senior class has played quite a bit as well as a collective group. I think I counted up nearly 200 starts among them, so they've been a big part of the team.
Hugely influential, this group, and I'm really proud of what they've been able to lead us to this year and overcoming and really, I think, improving the team dramatically in both its overall work ethic and commitment to playing and battling mentality. And they've put themselves in a position where we've got 3 teams that we're going to play over the next course of a week and a half that they've got the opportunity to find their way playing into mid-November.
I think we have 3 very winnable games coming up, so we still have our eyes set on that Big Ten tournament.
The beauty of it is that it's in our hands. We've been preaching that, the whole season. Unfortunately, like you said, it didn't get done last weekend to solidify it, but it's still in our control. The teams above us, we still have to play, and I think, like Hadley said, they're very beatable.
From Zionsville and Fort Wayne, respectively, you guys have grown up in the state. What does Purdue, Indiana mean?
Big rivalry. We always look forward to playing IU. It's always a big game. The last 2 games have been high scoring, so I expect this one to be high scoring too.
It's nice that the final home week, that the games really are significant like this.
Yeah, definitely. Especially for the IU game, it gives us a huge advantage. I know we usually pull a big crowd for that, and the energy, we really feed off of that.
As someone from Ohio, you brought into the state, learned what Purdue, Indiana means. Did it take a while to get caught on to that?
No, I had a little taste of it because growing up, unfortunately, I was an Ohio State fan. So the whole Ohio State-Michigan thing, I just had to kind of change my target for that. But no, I mean, it's a big thing. It's nothing malicious. It's all good fun. One of my best friends, Lara Ross, plays center back for them. So it's just fun to come together and have a really, really hard-fought competition.
It's getting pretty emotional towards the end of the season, and to play in front of a home crowd for a game that means so much, I think I'm really excited. I don't know about the rest of them. I hope they are.
Shae, you obviously grew up in the state. You know what Indiana-Purdue means. But Jordan, what did it take for you to kind of get used to that rivalry?
Didn't take much. My family's been through Purdue, a lot of them, and then my brother went to IU, so I'm pretty familiar with the rivalry.
Shae, if you think of, but during your career here, like not individual moments, but what will you remember when you think about Purdue soccer?
Well, I think I'll think of certain games that we played really that were big wins for us, but especially I'll think about like all the memories I have with the girls will stick out a lot more, and all like the friendships I've made while I've been here.
Are there elements of Purdue soccer that you'll always remember, just the way that things are done around here?
Definitely. I think that everything from this great facility to our coaching staff to the way that we hold each other as teammates accountable and the friendships that we have as teammates, it almost just comes natural. There's a standard, and it's awesome really that we have that close of a team and such a good relationship with our academic staffs, our coaches, and all the staff that helps us be successful.
Yeah, I will never forget these last 4 years, and I wish it could go on forever. So I'm really just savoring these last moments.
Not a lot of people can say they're 3-4 year starters as goalkeepers. You're in kind of a select group. Do you take a lot of pride in that?
Things have just worked out that way. A lot of different goalkeepers that have come before me face different circumstances, and luckily I was fortunate enough to see that much of the field.
Are there a couple things, maybe not specific moments, but just general things that when you think about Purdue soccer and your experience here that will come to mind?
Yeah, I think some of the big moments in my mind come from when I was a little freshman and watching people like Katie Seeger, Sylvia Forbes, Liz CQ, Carrie and Betts, all those people just battling, and I looked up to them so much, and to me that's what Purdue soccer is, and I can only hope to somewhat fill their shoes.
What has this season been like for you? Unfortunately haven't been able to play, but you've been here at practice every day, and we've seen you on the sidelines supporting the team. We really salute you for the continued support you've provided.
It's definitely been different. I've seen like a different side than as a player, and I think I've been able to be there for some players that are going through things that I went through when I played for 3 years. So it's been different, but it's been good.
You guys are part of a class that has seen the facility really change a lot. Night games now, the great locker room. Does it feel like you appreciate the way it is now, considering that you've seen it both ways?
Definitely. This is just a huge step up compared to a lot of other programs. This is just top notch.
Yeah, I think it's something that the freshmen don't, well, they appreciate it, but they just never saw like the changes and everything like we did. We went from having trailers to having a nice facility out here, so.
Jordan, it's been great having you aboard these last 2 years after starting out at Louisville. I mean, how did the team take to you when you joined the crew spring semester?
I think that I jived pretty well from the beginning. I came in and there was a little bit of nervousness on my part, a little bit of buzz on their part. Me being from Indiana, some of them had known me previously and known some of my, accolades from previous years. And I think it just took me a little bit to find my place on the team. And I think that now I've made some great relationships in this short period of time. And I feel like I've been here forever. And like Hadley said, I wish I could chalk up 4 more years somehow, but unfortunately, they won't allow that, so.
And Hadley, having seen the transition in the facility with the lights and the great locker room and everything now, does it lead to a certain appreciation for as good as it is now?
Yes, I would say so. It's been amazing playing under this new facility. I'm grateful for everything we have here, and other Big Ten schools don't have it this good, so I'm really happy for it.
I think all 3 of the games that we have left on the docket are massively important. No more than 3 or 4 points, probably separating between 7 and 8 teams in the Big Ten. Probably the possibilities of finishing anywhere between perhaps 4th and 12th for a large number of teams. So certainly for us, everything to play for. We certainly weren't happy with the results that we finished up with over the weekend. Far happier with the way we played on Sunday than the way we came out and performed on Friday. And I guess that's the disappointing thing overall. But I felt like we got our feet back on the ground and our heads on straight today in training. It was a good session in regards to our attacking shape. We'll do a bit more of that tomorrow, and I know we're going to deal with an Indiana team that can score goals. Did not give up a large number of goals over the course of the early part of the season. They've had some games where tight games that they've played. Certainly, I watched the film of them play several times against both Michigan and Michigan State. Almost a mirror image of ourselves, certainly. They've got a very talented center forward, a very talented attacking midfielder that tends to get most of their goals. And so the players that we certainly will have to watch out for, but at the same time, I think our major focus is on our ability to go forward and create more chances and be more incisive in front of goal.
With about half the team, being from the state of Indiana, I suppose not a lot that needs to be said when it's time for Indiana-Purdue.
Certainly, we've got the tradition of our bonfire on tomorrow night, the night before the game, and the Hoosiers will be bringing the Golden Boot back into West Lafayette, and it's a great disappointment that it found its way out of town last year, and certainly something we're going to do our best to try to put it back in place.
And Minnesota's a unique team in that they have wins against 2 of the best teams in the league, but then they've also lost to the likes of Michigan State and Northwestern, so maybe not really sure what you're going to see from them.
Yeah, well, I do know that you're going to see a very athletic, hard-working team. They probably have struggled to score goals consistently throughout the season, and a bit up and down, but definitely hard-working. And every team that we face now over the next 11 days is going to bring their A game, because they're playing for the same thing we are, as an opportunity to extend the season. So certainly, it'll be an emotional day as senior day for us as well. So it's everything's on the line. Everything's to play for, and you couldn't ask for more importance to be placed on each of the games. It's kind of like a promotion relegation battle in the leagues around the world.